Today we're talking an Animorphs movie idea, and this one actually originates from James Thrice. He put a comment on one of my recent videos. This would be a chance to fix the missed opportunity that the books didn't pay off in having Jake recount the events of the books at the trial, thereby being the narration of the first book, completing the circle. I really liked this idea. I really did. Everyone likes a court drama. What if we make the Animorphs movie partly a court drama? I think there are a few benefits to this. One, we get this guy involved. Shawn Ashmore can play Jake in the trial. You think, oh, Shawn Ashmore's 42. You can't do that. Jake at the end of the series would have been about 18. He can't pull that off. What do we know about Jake from the books? What's always mentioned? How fucking old he looks. And Shawn, for a 42-year-old, looks all right, doesn't he? Doesn't he? You're a woman, you know these things.
I don't know if that's a current picture of him, maybe.
I think he still looks like that. He looks younger than he actually is. He looks younger than me. And I'm 30. Granted, I probably look older than 30.
That's what he looks like now. On the right.
Yeah, he could pass. Bit of makeup. Yeah, Shawn. That could be your ticket into the movie. Start the movie with a trial, the end of war trial, and you've got Visser 3 there in his little box. And you've got a bunch of other characters there as well. And Shawn, with a little bit of makeup, could pull off a very old-looking Jake, because Jake looks old. The books tell us that. Yeah? Cool. What's that look for? What are you looking at? The woman's just looking at me in this weird way. You daydreaming of Shawn? Daydreaming of me? Why would you daydream of me? Women have got dirty minds. Yeah.
Cut that out of the video.
I'm not cutting that out of the video. That's staying.
You better be cutting that.
I'll think about it. How would this work in an Animorphs film? So we start off with the trial, and Jake, or Shawn, starts to recount certain aspects of the series. This, I think, would be a great way to throw in the necessary exposition, so you're not spending hours and hours trying to cram story in. You can put in certain bits in just these moments of exposition. Because you're in a court. Court trials are all about exposition. That's the great thing about those scenes. And everybody loves a court drama, I like court dramas. Do you like court dramas? That's a nod. That means yes in woman terms. Or it could mean no. Maybe for a woman either means yes or no. It doesn't mean maybe. Maybe it's Maybelline. That's all they know. That's all the word maybe means to them. Don't give me that look. She just swore at me. That's fair. I'll let you swear at me. Give me another one. Yeah, thank you. That's deserved. So we can get the major Animorphs scenes thrown in here. And of course, at the trial, I know it was just Jake in the books, if I remember correctly. No, I think the other Animorphs did speak as well. Of course, you wouldn't have Rachel in there, Brooke Nevin. Yeah, you probably wouldn't. You could bring back you could bring back Boris. You could bring back Nadia, couldn't you? You could probably bring. Could you bring back Christopher Rolfe, because he sort of flew off at the end of the series? But you can bring back a large portion of the TV series cast for that little bit of nostalgia hit. And yeah, you cut out all the filler stuff that you don't need. And if there's one prolonged scene that is essential, but wouldn't translate well to film, just put it in some throwaway lines in the courtroom proceedings so that the audience thinks, okay, got that, it's in there now, didn't need to see it all. It means you can cut it all down into a nice, neat film, you can add that court drama, and you can fit in a lot of the major plot points. Of course, there will be problems with this way of producing, but I think it could pay off. I'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? Well, you'd be in it, so you wouldn't have to pay, I imagine. You'd probably go to the premiere. But I think that could work. There's a lot of doubt about the Animorphs movie. I think it comes down to a few things. One, it's produced by some guy from Hollywood, and we all know how that turns out. Two, look at all the reboots and things that they're making in Hollywood these days of old franchises, most of them are absolute crap and just turned into these woke piles of nonsense. Michael and Catherine have left the project. I understand why that would be a concern, but at the same time, they haven't worked on the series for 20 years. And when Michael Grant says things like Marco is a sociopath, I'm not sure he's actually that qualified anymore. It's been 20 years, isn't it? What was that?
Smoked his brain away.
Smoked his brain away. Possibly. But yeah, if he thinks Marco is a sociopath, do you really want that guy writing the movie? Who thinks one of the main characters is a sociopath, even though he clearly isn't? Maybe it's a good thing that it's in fresh hands. I could be wrong. But, you know, we'll never know. We'll never know. Michael and Catherine could have taken over and it could have been fucking brilliant. Could have been fucking brilliant. But we won't know, so it's just down to speculation at this point. But there are signs of hope. And James Thrice, if we put James Thrice in the director's seat, judging by that idea, yeah, maybe he'd need to get a little bit of experience and maybe some assistance from experienced directors, but that's a good idea. And I'd like that. I think you'd have to have other ingredients in there to make it good, but it sounds like the sort of thing I'd really like. What about you? What are your ideas? I'd like to... If you put your ideas down there and I really like it, I'll probably do one of these little video bits. I think this idea could really work, and that's why I want to bring it to you now. Thank you, James Thrice, by the way, for suggesting that idea. I think it is a really good idea. Fucking love court dramas, and it means we can get you, and it means we can cut out the filler. It would be great, I think. It would be great. Hey, that's a brief exploration of that particular idea. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully we'll be speaking about another one very soon. I shall see you next time. Ta-ra.